Did you know that improper file handling is one of the leading causes of memory leaks in data corruption in Python applications? In this video, we will cover Python file handling practice questions, complete Python certification prep, master Python file handling with this comprehensive practice guide. In today's session, we are diving deep into Python file handling. We will cover everything from basic file modes and the with statement to advanced buffer management and OS module integration through 30 realistic exam-style questions. Before we jump into the first question, make sure to grab a notepad and see how many you can get right out of 30. Which built-in function is used to open a file in Python? Option A, File, Open. Option B, Open. Option C, Access. Option D, Load. The correct answer is B. In Python, the open function is the primary built-in function used to open a file. It returns a file object, also known as a handle, which allows you to perform operations like reading or writing. Options like file, open are incorrect because open is a standalone global function, not a method of a file class that exists before opening. What happens if you try to open a non-existent file for reading using the R mode? Option A, the file is automatically created. Option B, Python returns none. Option C, a file not found error is raised. Option D, the program hangs until the file is created. The correct answer is C. The R read mode is designed to access existing data. If the specified file path does not point to an actual file, Python cannot establish a stream, resulting in a file not found error or IO error in older versions. This is why it's critical to verify file existence or use try-except blocks when reading files. Which mode should be used to open a file for both reading and writing, such that existing data is preserved and the pointer is at the start? Option A, W+. Option B, A+. Option C, R+. Option D, RW. The correct answer is C. The R+ mode opens a file for both reading and writing without truncating the file. The pointer starts at the beginning. Conversely, W+ truncates the file, deletes content immediately upon opening, and A+ moves the pointer to the end for appending, which makes R+ the correct choice for non-destructive updates starting from the top. What is the primary advantage of using the with statement when opening files? Option A, it makes the code run faster. Option B, it automatically closes the file even if an exception occurs. Option C, it allows the file to be opened in multiple modes simultaneously. Option D, it encrypts the file data automatically. The correct answer is B. The with statement utilizes the context manager protocol. When the block of code inside the with statement finishes, either normally or via an error, it automatically calls the close method on the file object. This ensures resource cleanup and prevents memory leaks or file locking issues without requiring an explicit file close call. Which method returns a list where each element is a line from the file? Option A, read. Option B, readline. Option C, readlines. Option D, read _all _lines. The correct answer is C. The readlines Method reads the entire file and splits it by newline characters, returning a list of strings. Read returns the whole content as a single string, while readline returns only the current line as a string. Readlines is particularly useful for iterating over lines with index access. Which mode should be used to add content to the end of an existing file without overwriting it? Option A, W. Option B, R. Option C, A. Option D, X. The correct answer is C. The A. Append mode opens a file and places the file pointer at the very end. Any data written to the file will be added after the existing content. If the file doesn't exist, A will create it. The W mode, by contrast, overwrites existing content by truncating the file to 0 length. What is the purpose of the tell method in file handling? Option A, to tell the file name. Option B, to return the current position of the file pointer. Option C, to tell the size of the file. Option D, to check if the file is readable. The correct answer is B. The tell method returns an integer representing the current position of the file pointer measured in bytes from the beginning of the file. This is useful when you need to track how much data has been processed or if you plan to return to a specific byte location later using seek single quote dot. Which command moves the file pointer to the 10th byte from the beginning of the file? Option A, file seek 10 0. Option B, file seek 0 10. Option C, file move 10. Option D, file skip 10. The correct answer is A. The seek offset whence method moves the pointer. The offset is the number of bytes, and whence defines the reference point. 0 for the beginning, 1 for current position, and 2 for the end. Therefore, seek 10 0 moves the pointer exactly 10 bytes from the start. Which mode is used to open a file for exclusive creation, failing if the file already exists? Option A, W. Option B, N. Option C, X. Option D, E. The correct answer is C. The X mode, exclusive creation, is used when you want to create a new file but ensure you don't overwrite an existing one. If the file already exists, Python raises a file exists error. This is a safety feature compared to W, which would silently delete the old file. To work with non-text files like images or executables, which character must be added to the mode string? Option A, T. Option B, I. Option C, B. Option D, bin. The correct answer is C. Binary files contain data that is not intended to be decoded as text. By adding B to the mode, e.g., RB or WB, Python treats the file as a stream of bytes without applying any newline translations or encoding, decoding. This is essential for images, audio, and compiled files. What does the flush method do in Python file handling? Option A, deletes the contents of the file. Option B, clears the internal buffer and writes data to the disk. Option C, closes the file connection. Option D, resets the file pointer to the start. The correct answer is B. Python often buffers write operations in memory to improve performance. The flush method forces the data currently in the buffer to be written to the physical storage disk without closing the file. This is useful in logging or real-time data monitoring where you want to ensure data is saved immediately. Which function from the OSS module is used to delete a file? Option A, OS, delete. Option B, OS, remove. Option C, OS, discard. Option D, OS, terminate. The correct answer is B. To delete a file from the file system, Python uses OS, remove, path, or its alias OS, unlink, path, single quote. OS, delete is not a valid function name in the standard library. Note that OS, remove will raise an error if the path points to a directory instead of a file. How do you check if a file exists before opening it using the OSS module? Option A, OS, exists, path. Option B, OS, path, check, path. Option C, OS, path, is file, path. Option D, OS, path, verify, path. The correct answer is C. OS, path, is file, path, returns true if the path exists and is a regular file, while OS, path, exists, path, also works to check for both files and directories. Is file is more specific when your intention is to perform file-based I/O operations. How can you check if a file object is already closed? Option A, file.is_closed. Option B, file, status. Option C, file, closed. Option D, file, check_closed. The correct answer is C. The closed attribute is a Boolean property of a file object. It returns true if the file has been closed and false otherwise. This is useful for debugging or verifying that a context manager has successfully finalized the file stream. If you use read 5 on a file, what is the result? Option A, it reads the first 5 lines of the file. Option B, it reads the first 5 words of the file. Option C, it reads the next 5 characters or bytes from the current pointer. Option D, it skips the first 5 characters. The correct answer is C. The read n method takes an optional integer argument, n. It reads exactly in characters, in text mode, or in bytes, in binary mode, from the current position of the file pointer. If n is omitted, it reads until the EOF, end of file. Which of the following is the most memory-efficient way to read a large file line by line? Option A, content equals F, read, split, in. Option B, for line in F, read lines. Option C, for line in F. Option D, content equals F, read. The correct answer is C. Iterating directly over the file object. For line in F, single quote, uses a generator-like approach. It loads only one line into memory at a time. Methods like read or readlines load the entire file into RAM, which can crash the program if the file is several gigabytes in size. What is the correct way to write multiple strings from a list into a file at once? Option A, F, right, list. Option B, F, right lines, list. Option C, F dot put, list. Option D, F, right underscore all, list. The correct answer is B. The right lines sequence method takes an iterable, like a list or tuple, and writes its elements to the file. Note that it does not automatically add new line characters. You must ensure the strings in your list already contain, and if you want them on separate lines. What does F, seek, 0, 2, do? Option A, moves pointer to the start of the file. Option B, moves pointer to the second character of the file. Option C, moves pointer to the end of the file. Option D, raises an error because 2 is not a valid reference. The correct answer is C. In seek, offset, whence, single quote, a whence value of 2 refers to the end of the file. An offset of 0 with whence 2 effectively places the pointer at the very last byte of the file. This is often used before appending or to determine file size. When opening a file, how do you specify that it should be read using UTF-8 encoding? Option A, open file.txt. R, UTF-8 equals true. Option B, open file.txt. R, encoding equals UTF-8. Option C, open file.txt. R, encode UTF-8. Option D, open file.txt. R UTF-8 feet. The correct answer is B. The open function has a parameter called encoding to ensure cross-platform compatibility. Since default encoding varies between Windows and Linux, it is best practice to explicitly set encoding equals UTF-8 when dealing with text files containing non-ASCII characters. How do you rename a file from old.txt to new.txt? Option A, OS, rename, old.txt, new.txt. Option B, OS, path, rename, old.txt, new.txt. Option C, F, rename, new.txt. Option D, OS, move underscore file, old.txt, new.txt. The correct answer is A. The OS, rename, src, dst function is the standard way to rename a file or directory. If the destination new.txt already exists and is a file, it might be overridden depending on the operating system. To move a file to a different directory, you can also use OS, rename by providing the full path. Which method is used to change the file size to a specific number of bytes? Option A, resize. Option B, truncate. Option C, shrink. Option D, cut. The correct answer is B. The truncate size method resizes the file to the specified number of bytes. If the size is smaller than the current file, data is lost if no size is specified. It truncates the file at the current pointer position. This requires the file to be opened in a writable mode. What is the default mode when the open function is called with only a file name? Option A, W. Option B, A. Option C, R. Option D, RB. The correct answer is C. If you call open data.txt single quote, Python defaults to R mode, read-only text mode. This is a safety measure to prevent accidental data loss that would occur if the default mode were W. Write truncate. What type of object does F. read return when a file is opened in RB mode? Option A, string. Option B, list. Option C, bytes. Option D, dictionary. The correct answer is C. When a file is opened in binary mode. B. The data is not decoded. Therefore, F. read returns a bytes object. In text mode. T. It would return a str string object after decoding the bytes using the specified encoding. Which exception is raised when an operation on a file fails due to disk full or permission issues? Option A, file not found error. Option B, permission error. Option C, OS error. Option D, file exists error. The correct answer is C. OS error is the base class for exceptions related to the operating system, while permission error is a specific subclass for access issues. OS error covers a broader range of system-level failures, including disk full or I/O errors. Which attribute returns the name of the file associated with the file object? Option A, file, filename. Option B, file, path. Option C, file.name. Option D, file.src. The correct answer is C. The name attribute of a file object stores the name or path provided when the open function was called. This is helpful for logging or tracking which file a specific handle is pointing to. How do you create a new directory using the OSS module? Option A, OS, create _dir. Option B, OS, mkdir. Option C, OS, neuter. Option D, OS, path, make. The correct answer is B. OS, mkdir. Path is used to create a single directory. If you need to create nested directories, e.g., A, B, C, you would use OS, mkdir's path, single quote. Both will raise an file exists error if the directory already exists. What is the result of F. write 100, where F is a file opened in W mode? Option A. It writes the number 100 to the file. Option B. It writes 100 spaces to the file. Option C. It raises a type error. Option D. It writes the character with ASCII value 100. The correct answer is C. The write method in text mode expects a str string argument. Passing an integer like 100 will raise a type error. You must convert the number to a string first. F. write str 100 single quote dot. What is the difference between W+ and R+ modes? Option A. W+ truncates the file. R+ does not. Option B. R+ truncates the file. W+ does not. Option C. W+ cannot read, only write. Option D. R+ cannot write, only read. The correct answer is A. Both allow reading and writing. However, W+. Write update will immediately delete all existing content in the file as soon as it is opened. R+. Read update opens the file for editing while keeping existing data intact. Use R+ if you want to modify specific parts of a file. Which function returns the current working directory? Option A, os.cwd. Option B, os, getCwd. Option C, os, path.cwd. Option D, os.get_path. The correct answer is B. OS, getCwd, stands for Get Current Working Directory. It returns a string representing the path of the directory where the Python script is currently executing. This is essential for resolving relative file paths. Is it mandatory to close a file after opening it in Python? Option A, no. Python closes it automatically when the script ends. Option B, yes, to free up system resources and avoid data corruption. Option C, no, if you are only reading the file. Option D, yes, but only if you are using Windows. The correct answer is B. While Python's garbage collector might eventually close the file, it is considered a best practice, and often mandatory in large-scale apps, to close files manually or use with. Failing to close files can lead to too many open files errors, locked files that can't be deleted, or loss of buffered data. That wraps up our 30-question deep dive into Python file handling. I hope these explanations cleared up any confusion regarding file modes and pointer manipulation. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Python certification content. Drop your score in the comments below. For those looking for a comprehensive certification experience, don't forget to check the full practice exam link in the description below.